Dear brothers and sisters, I welcome you all to hear and see this video message. In this video, I am going to explain how ban on cow slaughter affects milk price and employment in India. Content for this video I given in the description. You can go through and study. India's meat industry is a byproduct of thriving dairy sector. India does not rear cattle for slaughter, instead of opting to only put to the knife only old and unproductive animals. Restriction on slaughter of unproductive animals is likely to show up in higher prices of milk and milk products, besides cutting employment, export revenues and farmers' income, affecting the entire bovine economy. Far from protecting the cow, obstructing all post-farmer downstream economic activities via a slaughter ban spells the death knell for India's disappearing cattle economy. Restriction on slaughter of unproductive animal is likely to show up in higher price of milk and milk products, besides cutting employment, export revenues and farmer incomes. Cutting across religion, farmers, dairy owners, export units and local meat sellers have been badly hit by cattle slaughter ban. A farmer spends rupees 60,000 to maintain a cow and bullock, and she earns only rupees 20,000 annually from its dung and urine. Moreover, assuming one-third of India's cattle are unproductive, we are talking of a public outlay of 6,363 billion annually, or 53,000 per citizens, to shelter this cattle, all in the name of culture. Enhanced public investment in safe, state-of-the-art slaughter procedure and stress-free transportation are priorities rather than the slaughter and beef bans and gaushalas reported to be concentration camps of slow death. It is farmers who sell their unproductive cow, bull or bullock, and not cattle traders who steal or forcibly purchase an owner's animal. Small and marginal farmers and landless laborers, comprising 80% of the India's rural population, own 70% of India's 190 million cattle and 108 million buffaloes. Farmers unable to feed, water, graze, manage their bovines for reasons ranging from drought to collapsing milk markets, sell their animals. If not bought by another farmer, they are spared from slow starvation death when purchased by traders for slaughter. The farmer's right to sell is critical to sustain livelihoods and nurture the livestock economy. In drought years, when fodder is scarce and expensive, milk production is lower and profits are low. In non-drought years, when fodder is abundant and cheaper, milk production is higher and profits can be considerably higher. Compared with other major world dairy products, the average milk yield is poor in India, reflecting that technological input is low. While in India, the average yield per dairy cow per year is estimated to 1,284 kg of liquid milk, the figure is 6,212 kg in the European Union and 9,111 kg in the United States. Consumption per capita is still low compared to other regions, but is increasing, fueled by the growing population and urbanization. Increases in productivity in low-yielding systems can bring benefits through a boost in the milk supply and higher rural income. Farmers today keep cows only for milk. By guaranteeing a market for unproductive cattle, this includes male calves in a world where tractors, electric diesel tube wells and artificial insemination have made work bullocks and breeding bull redundant. So, culling or selective slaughter the only solution. So the Muslim butcher is actually providing a valuable service to the Hindu dairy farmer. Tough anti-selector laws will certainly throw cattle traders, transporters and butchers out of business. But it would also render cattle rearing increasingly unviable in the 7 states, that is Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka and Haryana also being BJP ruled states that produce over 56% of the country milk. The manufacturing of cricket balls, volleyballs, the lucrative leather industry, soaps, handicraft to name a few are among 168 allied industries that depend on meat industry in India, now in the line of fire over the slaughterhouse ban of cattle. Major leather industries in Agra and Kanpur employ around 10 lakh people. The leather industry is a $12 billion industry in India. The online thread from Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh official Twitter handlings to retails to stop selling goods made of cow hide is clear evidence for Hindutva cow politics. But with the vigilante action by the Hindutva brigade, there is growing fear among flyers, contractors, truck drivers, traders and other connected with the industry. A tannery owner said, now flying or handling a cow hide is like having a tiger skin, which is totally illegal. Nobody wants to touch the skin of dead cow. They are too scared. But for an overzealous administration, slaughterhouses can easily be labeled as illegal, the legacy of previous regimes. Mura buffaloes over a single lactation cycle of 300 to 305 days are only about 2000 liters compared to 4000 to 4005 liters for crossbreeds. Their age of first calving and intercalving period is also longer at 44 to 45 months and 50 to 16 months respectively. That makes them similar to indigenous cattle breeds such as Sahiwal, Darbargar, Gir, Red Sindhi and Kangraj, which again normally yield not more than 2000 to 5000 liters per lactation. In the long run, milk output can increase only through commercial dairying, wherein farmers keep at least 20 animals that are mostly crossbreed cows. This has been the trend in India, where average head size are going up and dairying is no longer a subsidiary occupation to regular crop agriculture for small farmers. Gau Rakshak's activism of the kind seen now has the potential to undermine the gains from the white revolution and the move to commercial dairying. This will lead to India becoming a structural importer of milk powder and butter oil, just as it is already in the edible oil and pulses. But factors determining cattle population are not slaughter bans or religious sentiments, but the demand for livestock products such as milk and meat, as well as the levels of technology used in agriculture. Prosperity in the European Union is based on the milk and meat industries, which are treated as synergetic. India also we should develop like this with better cattle welfare policy. Bible talks about white revolution. In Judges chapter 4 verse 19 and 5 chapter verse 25. But first Sisera asked Jael for drink of water. Jael had some milk in a bottle made from animal skin. So she gave him a drink of the milk and then covered him up. He asked for water and say, give him milk in a bowl fit for nobles. She brought him curdled milk.